Hello, all. So I apologize, but I am not able to be there with you guys today. But I'm going to go ahead and go through one of them like we did on Tuesday. And you should be in good hands. And if not, you know how I am. Take things with a grain of salt. Ask me any questions via Teams. I will try to get back with you as soon as possible. If not on Thursday, definitely on Friday, I'll be able to get back with you. Um, we're going to start out in the GitHub like we have been. And we are going to go to 1.4 because that's the one we're going to do for today. We did Sally last time, and so let's do someone else. Let's do Mary this time. Let's work on the chicks. Okay, so I'm going to copy that and paste. Feel free to stop and pause and do whatever you need to do for this video as you go on. Okay. So here I'm going to go ahead and file and save it as and I'm going to save it as Sally. You don't have permissions to file in the save location. Well, of course I wouldn't. Why would I? Let's see. Let's put it on my desktop. Sally. There she goes. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and a def indicates that it is the start of my function bubble, but I don't like the two spaces, so I'm putting in two more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks better. And then I've got my second function here, the print footer. Okay. Now remember, I start at the left, so my first line of code is going to be this name, input, enter name. And then if name, I'm going to fix this indenting. Then I'm actually going to put a blank line so that I can see what's going on. Again, these blank lines are totally up to you. I just like it. It makes it a little bit better in my brain. 1, 2, and then name, 1, 2. Okay, so it looks like that the biggest difference between this one and the one that was on Tuesday is that we're going to get the user to input the names. Okay. Now, one thing that I do see is I see a few things that are green that I don't want green, so let's go ahead and fix those first. And I'm going to go ahead and put so here, I'm going to correct the quote issues. How's that? So there's an extra quote at the end of name. Oh, and these quotes don't match. Okay. They they don't match again, and there's an extra one. So there and there. Remember, you can um, pick whether you want the double or the single. Enter department. That one looks okay. This one does not look okay. Oh, I got too many here, don't I? One. There we go. There was an extra on this line. So let's see. An extra quote on that line. I think there might be an extra one here too. One. I only need two. So you know what? I'm just going to get rid of all of them. Extra quotes. Okay, enter department, enter computer. That one's wonky. That one has an extra. Okay, this one doesn't match. This one doesn't match. None of them match. This one has an extra. 1, 2. And that turns that green. And I'm going to go through that. That one's wrong. 1, 2. There we go. Ooh, look, this one's green too. Okay, so that's a lot better. Now things are actually the color that I anticipate them to be, so we're doing a lot better than we were last time. Now, if I go ahead and hit run, I do see some extra things, but let's do this here. So there we go. Invalid syntax. Maybe you meant equal equal or instead of the single equals. Well, in the if, remember I'm doing the comparison, so yes, I need the extra equal sign. And equal equal, not the single. I'm going to go through and in every one of them that has that if, I'm going to go through and make sure it's doing the comparison and not the assignment. Okay, so if double, if double, if double, if double, if double. Okay, there we go. Well, at least we got through the first part. So let's take a look a little bit closer and see what this is doing. And then we can get back to the error. So it looks like it starts on line 12, right? Because 1 through 6 is a bubble and 8 and 9 is a bubble. So I'm going to start at 12. So 12 creates a variable called name and it says input enter name plus name. Well, one thing that I see is that that's not how we write this, right? We're actually going to, let's remove that plus name because that's not the syntax. Okay. The syntax is to just send it what we want the prompt to be, right? And we're going to store it in name. It's storing it as a string. That's fine. And then it's saying if name is equal to blank. So if the user didn't actually put anything in there, it's going to ask them for that input again. Okay. So, you know, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll put something like, hey, it's not exactly what we thought was your input, try again. So let's see, removed and name. Okay. Input, it doesn't look like they put the variable in any of the other ones, so that's good. Um, but now let's take a look over here. So it says name error, name is not defined in name equals input name. So here I've got name, I've got my equal sign. One thing I notice is that I'm using name up here in print header, and it's not really letting me figure out what that is. Okay, so let's see. Name equals input enter name. Oh, that's because I ran it with the pluses. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Enter name. I can't even spell my name. Enter department. Mine. Here and now. My report name. It doesn't look too bad. Okay. So it does look like it comes through and it prints name, Jennifer, that's what I entered. Department CIS, that's what I entered. Computer, name of report goes here. So it does look like that down here, when I come back, it's the print footer. So print footer says I'm going to take name of report. Okay, well, if I'm going to send it up on 8, I need to send it down here on 34. So name of report. Okay, and then here, I'm actually going to use the variable here instead of putting name of report. And I used the wrong quote. Okay, it's going to take whatever's here, which is whatever I give to it, which should be what the user entered. So let's take a look and let's do one last run and hold our fingers crossed. So enter name, CIS, mine, here, report title. See how down there at the bottom it actually input those words report title and it stuck it into that string? So that's what we wanted it to do for this one. So up here, I also changed name of report to a variable. That's all of the issues that we had for this one. This one was actually a pretty quick one. I did not do that on purpose. But go ahead and what we want to do on this part is we want to take the user input for the name, department, computer, date and time, and name of report. Remember, when we did it on Tuesday, we did a hard code. This time we're going to type it in as a user. So good luck. And if you need anything, just shoot me a message. I will see you guys on Monday or Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.